Our next unit is perspective. Perspective is creating the illusion of depth, or 3 dimensions like length, width, and height, on a flat surface. We're going to focus more on one-point perspective for this unit, or this module. And one-point perspective is a drawing method that shows how things appear to get smaller as they get further away, converging toward a single point. So that single point in this image would be that red dot right there in the center. Looks like all the lines are kind of moving toward that point, and everything is getting smaller as it gets closer to that dot. So here are some main terminology that you'll need to know in regards to perspective. So here's the horizon line highlighted in red. The horizon line's like your eye level, where the sky meets the ground, or where a wall meets the floor if you're drawing proportions or perspective, on the inside of a building. So if you look at this image in the bottom right, that red line where the water meets the sky, that would be your horizon line. The vanishing point is where receding lines converge or meet and they seem to disappear. So eventually things get smaller and smaller and smaller until they look like they are not there anymore. Orthogonal lines is a pretty weird word, but sometimes you might, if it's easier, just call it a vanishing line. So orthogonal lines are lines that extend from the object to the vanishing point. So the red lines that are extending from the rectangle up front and the circle, and they are reaching from the corners or the edges of that circle, and they lead all the way back to the vanishing point. The parallel lines are lines that are parallel to our main shape. So our main shape would be this rectangle right here, and then this circle right here. So we're creating parallel lines to the lines that are in our main shape. So I'll kind of highlight them to show you a little more clearly. So this line is parallel to this line. This line is parallel to this line of our rectangle. Now we'll go over to our cylinder shape. This red curve is parallel to this curve of our circle. That's going to create our cylinder shape. To complete your perspective drawing, you're going to erase your extra orthogonal lines. So all the ones that are beyond your parallel lines, the ones that reach from your parallel lines to the vanishing point, you're going to erase those extra lines. I'll just kind of show you again where they were and then what you'll erase. In this unit, we're actually going to do 2 projects. The first one's going to be a little bit shorter and the second one's going to be longer. Our first one, we're going to create a 3D word. And then our second one is we're going to do a street perspective. So both of them are one-point perspective projects. The first one's going to be a little simpler. We'll try to get down the basics. And then our second one with the street perspective, we're going to add a lot more detail. And we're actually going to paint with this one.